Good afternoon, sir. Are you Kirk Edwin Jensen?
Yes, I have documents in here that I just filed with the clerk, and I need to submit them here.
Is that this thing called non-statutory abatement?
That's it.
All right, I got it. I provided a copy to Miss Davis. It's entitled Kirk Edwin Jensen, Reign Citizen, Reign of Heavens, a set apart place for that address. Non-statutory abatement. File number 23660ST, charges operating with no license. Charge 23661, charged with operating with no license in your possession. I don't think you can be convicted of both of those, as I said at our arraignment. And then the third count is a civil infraction, no proof of insurance, could probably be charged as no insurance, but it was charged as a civil infraction.
I have the proof of that here,
May I see it? All right, that's the person that owned the car.
Correct. Yep.
All right. Let Debbie see that. All right. We had kind of a chase our tails around at the time of the arraignment. You are, what do you wish to be? A Reign citizen?
That I have a social compact and a body politic, which gives the authority for the credentials that I had when I had given them to Mr. Brooks at the time. And
The officer that wrote the ticket.
right. You had said that you were going to try to get those from him and see them for yourself.
Yeah, I don't know whether Ms. Davis got that or not.
We did get additional information from the agency in Detroit regarding passports, and they confirmed that they are fraudulent. So if this doesn't get resolved today with the plea as charged to these misdemeanors, then we will be amending to have felony charges.
People call themselves different things. The common vernacular term had become sovereign citizen.
And I do not claim that in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
I rebut that. I completely rebut that statement.
All right. Well, I tried to think of a term for it.
Well,
Just a minute.
Okay.
Let me get my thoughts together here. We had a guy, Mr. Aiken, a couple of weeks ago, and we went round and round with him, and he wanted a jury trial, and he didn't show up, and then he was found in contempt, and he went to jail. And I said, well, how about willfully misinformed defendant? That's too cumbersome, or willfully ignorant defendant. And then I was laying in bed between then and now, and I thought, follow me here, Mimsy were the borough groves. It's like, what the heck does that mean? It's from the poem Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. It was written in the 1800s. It's a nonsense poem that doesn't mean anything. And more importantly, there was a science fiction story written maybe during the war called Mimsy were the borough groves. It's a very interesting story about some toys that were sent from the future back to here. It's pretty relevant right now with cell phones. And the third line is Mimsy were the borough groves. And what is a borough grove? It doesn't make any sense. So my term for these people that come in with this kind of nonsensical jabberwocky is going to be borough groves. So this is borough grove. It doesn't mean anything, and neither do your pleadings. This non-statutory abatement and all this stuff about self-claimed contracts and Exhibit B and C has no lawful effect. So the question I have here is, do you wish to have a trial on these matters, or do you wish to enter a plea to this?
So does the body politic and social compact, is that being disregarded?
Correct.
Okay, then I'll go with the trial.
All right, then I will. Do you want to have an attorney to assist you?
No.
All right. You sow the wind and reap the whirlwind. The prosecutor is going to charge you with some sort of felony charge. What charge did you have in mind, Ms. Davis?
I believe that Prosecutor Morgan looked it up, and it was fraudulent documentation, basically manufacturing fraudulent passport and a fraudulent license.
We talked about Conch Republic passports. Whatever you had, and this false passport and some claim that somehow you had an international driver's license. You have to have a driver's license from somewhere to have an international driver's license, and this
Right.
isn't it?
And I had that too. I have that too, yes.
All right, well,
One last question. The documents that were taken by Mr. Brooks, I want to make sure that those are entered in as evidence when the time comes.
do you have those, Deborah?
I do not have physical possession of them. As all evidence, it's held by the sheriff's department and the evidence lockers. So certainly we would introduce those as exhibits.
All right. Well, you're always polite enough, but you're
I stand
this.
for,
Well, this
I
it's the
stand for
problem
what
with
I
this
did.
this is insidiously dangerous. People decide on their own that the rules don't apply to them, and even though they're polite and respectful, you're yanking my chain, and this is a waste of our court's time and Miss Davis's time.
I intend to prove that
All
these
right.
things are correct.
All right, maybe you do, but they aren't. This stuff is meaningless. And if everybody decided like you that they don't need a driver's license, they don't participate in our social contract, and they wish to use our public roadways and our streetlights and our court system, but hey, it doesn't apply to me, things would break down. The rule of law would cease to exist. So it's polite, but it's insidious and it's dangerous. What's next? I don't have the social contact, so I can punch somebody in the nose. I can kill somebody. I can sell drugs. The rules don't apply to me because I'm a RAIN citizen. Well, it don't work that way, at least not here in Michigan or in St. Joe County. Same rules apply to you that apply to everybody else. And you're going to get charged with a felony document fraud case. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
Jury.
Yeah, the same thing. It's hypocritical. The rules don't apply to you, but you don't mind bringing in 30 of your citizens to come in and
It's
hear
going to be
this
just
stuff.
me. It's just going to be just me.
I'm going to set for a jury trial. Mimsy, we're the Borough Groves. That's what this amounts to. 'Twas brilling on their slithy ties. It's a bunch of nonsense. And so, Mr. Borough, I will see you on August 16th at 8:30.
Your Honor, just to clarify a few things in anticipation of that. As far as service, Mr. Jensen, will you accept service at the email that you have on this non-statutory abatement?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so just wanted the clarification that I'm going to send a witness list to him, make sure that he has the supplemental report from.
Yeah, there is
Detective
one thing
Steers.
that it does have some merit in here. He asked for discovery. So yes, your request for discovery is honored, and the prosecution will provide all discovery to the defendant.
Yes, so we'll be providing that to the email that's listed on this document that was filed
And what
today.
email will I use to respond?
Yours would, the email that it comes from, which is PROS
Okay.
at stjosephcountymi.org. As far as witnesses, the people would intend to call Deputy Kevin Brooks, Detective Sergeant Brian Steers, Chris Catone from the TSA, and James Herdman, Special Agent Diplomatic Security Service from the Detroit office.
Will all that be included with the email?
Yes, I will do a written witness list. So
What's that officer's name?
The last one, James Herdman, Herdman. And then potentially this Cheryl Pulaski.
The owner of the car?
Yes. I don't believe there might have been another backup officer. Let me double check. I don't know if we'll need him, but
Even though you have these mistaken beliefs, what's your objection to having an attorney to help you with this?
I do not choose to have anyone, any bar or associates representing me.
All right. If it is not charged as a felony, in the meantime, you're to be here August 16th at 8:30.
Okay.
And do you have any witnesses that you wish to call?
Potentially the owner of the car. I'm not sure at this point, but that would be one potential minimum. Other witnesses, would they be available?
One precaution, the owner of the car might have a Fifth Amendment right not to testify. If they're allowing you to drive the car without an operator's license, that could be a misdemeanor in and of itself. So that's something to consider. But we'll address it further. We'll see what Mr. Marvin and Ms. Davis elect to do with this.
For further witnesses, would Zoom be available?
No, they be here live and in person.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? All right, you're free to go.
Thank you, Remy.
They choose to call themselves by different titles. Henceforth, I'm going to refer to this type of defendant as a Borough Grove. Makes me happy. Title of the case is People versus Rosland Keenan. The allegation is that on or about May 16th in the village of White Pigeon, she did resist and obstruct a police officer and drive with a suspended driver's license. Resisting and obstructing is a felony now. It's punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment. And driving suspended as a traffic matter, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points on your driving record and requires that your license be suspended. Someone who is identified as Rosland Keenan is present, and she wanted to explain more about that. We'll give her a chance to do that, but prosecuting attorney David Marvin is here, and he's representing the state. So let me ask you again, are you Rosland Ray Keenan?
I'm here on as sui juris impropria persona, Rosland Ray family of Keenan, beneficiary. Is this on record?
Yes, everything has to be on the record, so it's all being recorded.
Okay, I'm here on the special appearance, and I'm a free woman on the land. I'm here under fraud, menace, and duress. I'm the private woman, Rosland-Ray :
All right.
Keenan. The all capital mentioned name is the only appellation given to me. Anytime I autograph is to be done in a certain manner that I have here, or it's forgery. Could you give this to the judge, please? That's my name. Thank you.
All right, I'll accept this.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we have the right person here. When she signed her bond, she signed it as Rosalind Ray Keenan beneficiary with quick bail bonds. All right, now we've got another issue. This is a felony charge. The first one is. The second one is under the Motor Vehicle Code. And it requires that we have a preliminary examination, or it requires that you're entitled to a preliminary examination. We had a pre-exam conference last week, and you expressed at that time that you did not wish to have an attorney. You're here with you this morning without an attorney, and we'll address that in a moment. You've been talking with Mr. Marvin. You have an absolute right to represent yourself. I normally don't recommend it. Mr. Marvin, is there a plea offer here?
There is, and I'll tell you about that. But I wanted to mention that this is, I believe, the third time we've sat down, and so this is dragged out a bit, but only because she's not represented, and in these 3 separate meetings and adjournments, the court has allowed those, and I appreciate it. I have spent a lot of time with her and her son, who's here. He's always been here, and they're very honest and they're good intended.
Thank you.
And I think that we've come to a resolution that I believe is fair. I've offered, I'm going to state it for the record, and only time will tell if she's going to accept it, in hopefully 2 seconds. But what I would do is offer an attempt, resisting, and obstructing, and dismiss count 2. And I would ask that the court set this for sentencing at a later date, and I'd ask for 6 months. And if by that time there's no other incidents with law enforcement or any other reason to continue, I would dismiss this, or at any time before that if I felt that it was necessary. And again, after working with her, I don't think this is the kind of thing that should be, I would hate to see this upstairs as her first felony. I think that she's interested in a way of life that she's honestly trying to understand, but I think that partly to assist her, I've kind of hatched this plan, and I've offered that. I have the feeling she's going to take it today, but if not, I've got my officer and we're ready for a prelim.
He's offering to reduce the driving suspended charge. And he is offering to dismiss the felony charge and reduce it to a charge called attempted resisting obstructing a police officer. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Do you understand that charge?
No, I don't understand the nature and the cause of the
All right,
charges.
Mr. Marvin, let's just do a prelim. I'm not gonna tap dance with her. You may be more sympathetic about this flat earth nonsense than I am. But if I'm gonna have to argue about everything from who she is to what the charge is, it'd be easier to just put on the prelim. From the affidavit of probable cause, her conduct was outrageous with a capital O. And so I'll give you one more opportunity, Ms. Keenan. Mr. Marvin is agreeing to dismiss the driving suspended charge. The record shows your license is suspended from Indiana and you don't have a valid Michigan license. That's a benefit. It won't affect your driving privileges.
Excuse me? What did you say about the,
It's a benefit. And
no,
this,
before that about the license?
he's dismissing it. And it won't affect your driving privileges here or Michigan or Indiana if he dismisses that. So he's offering to dismiss it. And that's a benefit. He is offering to reduce the felony charge to a misdemeanor. And that's attempted resisting obstructing a police officer. If you wish to do that, we can pursue it now. If you don't, we can take testimony. The officer's been waiting here for 3 hours. What would you like to do?
Are you asking me to take a plea?
I'm asking you if you're willing to accept the prosecutor's plea offer.
Well, I don't understand that.
Mr. Marvin, let's
Explain
just
it.
put
I'm
on
not
a
playing
prelim.
games. I'm serious.
You are playing games. And first of all, you
I'm trying
don't.
to advance to
All right,
what I'm
stop.
here
You don't
for.
interrupt the judge, whether you're a flat earther or
I'm
not.
not flat earth.
All
So
right, well, this crazy stuff you're saying, I've got very little patience for it. You don't have an attorney, which concerns me, because these charges could result in your incarceration. I will appoint an attorney for you. All you got to do is tell me. But you also have the absolute right to represent yourself. So do you wish to represent yourself, or would you like me to get an attorney to assist you with
it's
this?
my right to appear for myself.
It is.
I don't think it would be a violation of your oath of office
To do what?
to, if you did your duty under the Constitution, because I'm seeking legal intent, not advice.
Well, do you
And I-
want me to appoint an attorney for you? Or would you like to represent yourself?
So may I ask, what jurisdiction is this, civil or criminal?
This is a criminal case, which points out the fact that you could use a lawyer if you can't tell the difference between a civil and a criminal case. Criminal case means you could go to jail, in this case, for up to 2 years. In a civil case, there's no possibility of jail. It's usually over money damages or other types of non-jail relief, like other types of non-jail relief. So yes, this is a criminal case.
Well, Thank you. So, you said the record is on.
Yes.
Could the record of the court show that this is a criminal action? And my next question is, I know that the Constitution grants the court two types of criminal jurisdictions. One is criminal jurisdiction under common law, and the other is criminal jurisdiction under admiralty or military tribunal venue under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution. Under which of these two jurisdictions is the court intending to try me?
This is statutory jurisdiction of the law of the state of Michigan. It's not any of those things, including the wacky admiralty clause people try to invoke. This is criminal jurisdiction authorized by the state legislature here in the state of Michigan.
Thank you. Well, please let the record of the court show that the court intends to conduct a criminal action against me under a statutory jurisdiction. But that makes me wonder, I have never heard of criminal action under statutory jurisdiction, and there is no such jurisdiction established in the Constitution. And I will be able to proceed if you can show me where I can find the published rules of civil procedures under a statutory jurisdiction and where this nature, cause, and jurisdiction exists. It is crucial that I have the published rules of procedure so that I can conduct a fair defense and fair trial. Otherwise, this needs to be dismissed, and I would like it in writing, please.
Thank you. It's not
Thank
civil
you.
procedure, it's criminal procedure. And the defendant doesn't come up and show, court, tell me why I get to do this. You've been charged under the criminal statutes of the state of Michigan, and I've just advised you of that on the record. I'm just trying to establish at this point whether you want to represent yourself or not. As I mentioned, the conduct in here in the affidavit or the bond information report is outrageous with a capital O. And you could very well go to jail for a substantial period of time. Mr. Marvin was trying to extend to you an opportunity to avoid that option, but you're wasting all of our time with this stuff that doesn't have any legal merit. I'm offering to give you an attorney who can actually argue any legal merit or advise you or assist you in this regard. But we've had some White Pigeon police officers here on overtime for several hours. They're still waiting for you to decide what you wish to do. I haven't even gone over the first. Well, first of all, we had to establish who you were. That took much more time than it deserved. Secondly, I'm trying to determine whether you wish to have an attorney or not. Again, you do have the right to represent yourself. You wish to, but you've exhibited to me that you don't understand the law, and you're at risk of being incarcerated for this conduct. So to further comment on Mr. Marvin's offer, if you pled to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer, he offered to defer the sentence for 6 months, and if there were no further problems, to dismiss it, which is very generous based on the police report bond information that came with the file. What would you like to do here today? Do you wish to represent yourself?
Thank you. I do. I know I can peer for myself. I'm competent and I am confident. Okay?
All right.
So
The next question is, are you
Please.
willing to accept Mr. Marvin's plea offer to plead to the misdemeanor charge?
I wasn't completed with what I wanted to say to you, please.
Okay.
May I? Thank you. So I wanted to say that I don't believe it's a violation of your oath of office if you did your duty under the Constitution, because I'm seeking legal intent. Okay, so I have the right to peer for myself. In order to intelligently defend myself, I have to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under, because the rules of civil procedure under common law jurisdiction are very different from the rules of Civil procedure,
All right, stop.
admiralty or military
Stop.
tribunal venue.
Stop. We went through this before.
I know.
This is not civil
It's the
procedure.
Sixth Amendment grants me the right to know the jurisdiction being applied,
And I told you what it was.
and it gives you the duty.
All right, stop. If you interrupt me one more time, I'm gonna find you in contempt and you're gonna go to jail. And we're-
Objection, please.
All right, please.
Please.
We're gonna
sir,
talk
may
about
I-
this
the
tomorrow at 3:00. I find that you're in contempt.
I
You're
do
going
not
to
wish to
jail
be held
right
in
now and
contempt,
we will,
sir.
well, you have been.
I'm simply
matter
trying
is
to
adjourned until
exercise
tomorrow
my
at
Sixth
3
Amendment
o'clock.
rights, please.
And you can think about it
And we can go
overnight in
forward with
jail.
this right now, please.
No, you're going to
I do
jail
not
for
wish to be in
24 hours.
contempt.
I know you don't wish to go to jail, but you certainly
I
have
will
earned it.
continue with this if you'll please let me finish.
We'll talk about it tomorrow at 3:00. And you will be more respectful to the court.
I
You
can
will speak-
provide the
You will not interrupt the
citations.
court. Your citations are meaningless.
I'm sorry I
So you
interrupted
can
you.
go
Do you want to
with the
continue?
officer. I don't want to argue about it. Take
I'm
her
not
out of here. We will address this tomorrow at 3:00.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and I don't think this was a fair trial,
We haven't had a trial yet.
a fair preliminary.
We didn't even get there yet.
I'll be more than happy to. She's going into custody for contempt.
Let's go this way.
Can I say something?
Yes?
I don't think that she was trying to be in contempt of court. She was trying to exercise a right. And I think it was just a misunderstanding of for her to be able to pronounce that. But,
Well, I told her to stop and she didn't stop and she doesn't know what she's doing. She needs a lawyer and she's gonna contempt herself into 90 days if she doesn't be careful. So we'll address this tomorrow at 3:00. And to whatever extent you're advising her on this stuff, you're not doing her any favors. Mr. Marvin gave her the sweetest deal where she could not have a charge on her record. And all she wants to do is argue about admiralty law.